you might just be shit at Diablo 3 Season 12. At time of recording, it is not yet Season 12. And that's because I wanted to just get a little intro out before I got started on the main project. So, for those who are unfamiliar, Diablo 3 is essentially just all grinding all the time. You just get minimal side grades and improve your gear a tiny bit, a tiny bit, a tiny bit, just so you can get more gear. Why is this entertaining? I don't know. I like grinding. It hits all of my addiction centers just perfectly, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And apparently a lot of other people do too. Blizzard is really good at hitting your video game addiction centers. So for those who are further unfamiliar, what the heck are seasons? You know, what does this even mean in context of a game that pretty much doesn't get any content upgrades ever? So in Diablo 3, a season is where your stats get set to 0, you lose all of your items and all of your gold, and you basically just start a brand new game with everybody else. So that way, if I've been playing since launch and I'm level 20 million, and I have a friend who wants to start for the first time, we can just both go make seasonal characters and start on even footing. They also do this so that people can get ranking in leaderboards, and that way, you know, the people that have been playing for years and years don't have a significant advantage over people that are new to the game. I don't know. I find it kind of appealing, mostly because that's where more people are, and I, play games to hang out with people, even though this one is essentially single player. And that's also why there's a big black box on the lower left-hand corner. That's covering up the chat box. I could effectively disable it in-game and just hide what everyone on the internet is saying and being really dumb, but I like looking at it and I like listening to people, so I'm just going to add that box in post so that none of you can see the embarrassing things that strangers on the internet say and probably don't want going out to the general public. So what's going to happen is when Season 12 starts, which is going to be on July 20th, I'm going to make a new character. It'll be a monk because that's the only one I'm barely even good at, and I'm going to run through the initial campaign. I'm going to do it pretty quick. I'm going to play the cutscenes, but I'm going to skip most of the dialogue. If you want to see that stuff, there's tons of other channels that you can go see it on because this game is huge because it's Blizzard, and Blizzard has tons of fans who are really into all of the stuff that they do. But I'm going to go through the campaign, and then I'm going to go to what's called Adventure Mode, which is where you can do stuff like this. This is a Greater Rift. It's basically just free gear. You can make it as hard or as easy as you want, and you can get bonuses that scale for that, but right now I'm just doing an easy one for the purpose of, just wait for it, grinding. Yes, all grinding all the time. So that's what's going to happen. I'm not sure what sort of gear set I'm going to be building up on my monk once I do hit 70, which shouldn't take very long, because I like playing most of the builds. There's really only one that I found that I just can't get into at all, and I'll go into that later when I start picking up pieces for it and start complaining, because that's the way RNG works. You're going to end up with 1,000 pieces of a build that you don't like, and none of the one that you do. So that's how it's going to be. I'm mostly going to be playing with strangers. Their names, if they're in my party, are also going to be censored out. But I have a couple of friends that play the game as well, and their names will show as well. Well, they'll show as much as mine does. And I have a little avatar that will go for each of them as well, and I may have guest people coming to talk over the video. So you have that to look forward to, watching me grind and do the same things over and over to get marginally better at doing the same things over and over again. And if those lines sound familiar, it's because I stole them from a Yahtzee video. I'll link it in the description. Alright guys, I'll see you when the season starts.